I can't believe it, but it is already February, which means it's time for me to show you my January budget review, and then I'll show you guys in another video my February setup. So the purpose of these reviews is to keep myself honest and also show you guys that nothing is perfect when it comes to the budget. Basically, you never know what life is going to throw at you, but having a budget is very helpful in adapting and dealing with said curveballs. I say overall, January was a pretty good month for me. Rent was actually a little bit cheaper. We had a credit, so that was nice. I was under budget on groceries, but I did go over budget on my eating out and on dates. And you can see I did really well halfway through the month, and then I just went off the rails, which, again, nobody's perfect. So don't beat yourself up if your budget does not go as planned the first couple months that you start doing this, especially if you've never budgeted before. It takes a little while to adjust. I was super under budget on my gas, and that's because I got a new car in December and I didn't really know what to expect the cost of gas would be and how often I needed to fill up and things of that nature. So that's really cool. And because I was so under budget, I actually adjusted it down for February, which I'll show you guys in the next video. And like I said, broke the budget on my miscellaneous car. I have a sinking fund for car maintenance and car issues, but it was depleted from buying a car in December. So I ended up cash flowing and changed a couple of things around. I went over on my miscellaneous and allowance area. I essentially had sold something and then I used that fund to purchase. It was actually just about $60. So I was really only over about $1 or so of what my typical income and plan was, but because I essentially just did a swap and paid for it, it shows that I'm over budget. But either way, I didn't even need to buy that $60 thing, so I guess I did go over budget. All of these were like auto bills and auto paid, and they're pretty much the same every month, so that's why nothing there. And then health other, I went over by $9. I think I bought a supplement or a blood test that I'm going to get done in February. And then, so I ended up, this setup was an experiment for me. Some confusion I had was all of these things they're sinking funds. And so every month I put some away into it, and then I will take from it as needed. So some months, for example, I don't spend anything on my apartment, so $50 goes straight to it. Other months I buy something more than $50, like a new desk or maybe a couch, and so I'll go over that, but I have funds that I've been rolling over for months and months. So my actual starting balance for apartments, miscellaneous apartment things, for example, was $318, and then I budgeted to add $50. I used $7 mid-month, and at the end, I guess let's see. So I bought a couple of different things, and I ended up just adding $17.50 to the fund overall, so the difference between $50 and $17.50. But explaining that, as you can see, is a little bit confusing. Essentially, I was trying to get everything to match up. So when I budgeted zero base budget, I said I was going to make this much. I budgeted for that much down here. And then when I took my actual, I made it all add up. It adds up, but it's just really, really confusing and hard to explain to you guys. So I need to figure out a better way for that. And then here were my starting balances. I did starting, ending. I don't really like this page, actually. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do next time around, but I guess I'm just looking at it. It doesn't really serve much of a purpose for me right now, so we shall see. And then here's something that you guys did not see the last time I did my monthly update, I don't believe. So this is my transactions, my expense tracker. It is all filled out. I had all of these. Have a whole other page of them. I really did not think I I swiped my card or I bought things that much. I'm surprised by the amount of transactions that occurred in January. But something about writing it down really makes it sink in. So I'm glad I did it, and I'm going to be definitely continuing this tracking my account balances and expenses by hand. It's nice to have it in Excel sheet just to double check all the math, but something about writing it down. And also it's tedious. I don't want to write down a lot of stuff, so maybe I won't spend or do as much transactions this upcoming month. We shall see. And then finally on this last page, I did a net worth tracker. If I stick in this particular planner, I think I'll move this just to maybe the end of the planner, like my notes section where I had all of these goals and things like that. Just because I don't think I can spare really an extra page. Like technically I should have used this page for maybe 5 more transactions and then I would have had room, but I'm not sure. I don't think I can spare the pages between the months, so I might move it to the end. But yeah, so that is my January budget review. I am overall pretty pleased. I managed to save a lot, which I guess that is one good thing of seeing the Smart. I did manage to put away, basically over $2,000 into savings and retirement and whatnot, and nothing too bad here. Yeah, and I went over budget in some areas, but I actually am very proud of myself for not letting something like buying new tires and breaking one budget area affect all of my other spending. So yeah, this is my budget review, and stick around. I'm going to be posting also my February budget setup very soon. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. Bye, guys.